Hello, my beautiful soul, and welcome to my channel. I am so grateful that you found me. Chances are, when you clicked on this video, you've been carrying something inside of you. Perhaps that's an emotional pain, some old wounds, or some heaviness that you can't explain. I want to say that you're not alone, and it's totally normal to feel that way. I've been healing for a couple of years, and I'm still doing that every day. And I want to let you know that I'm here for you. We're going to walk this journey together. Growing up, my dad used to be away a lot for work, and it was not that I didn't have a father figure in my life, but in some sense, there was an absence that definitely shaped the way I am today. And this is none of my parents' fault. I am so grateful that they brought me up and they gave me the best they could. It's just sometimes that's life. We just need more empathy for our parents because they're also carrying their traumas, their old wounds from their parents, and those have been passed on to them. So that's why in today's video, I want to share 5 signs that your inner child is trying to communicate to you and trying to be heard, to be seen, and trying to get the unresolved traumas addressed. Let's start with understanding what inner child means to you. For me, inner child is like the younger version of you that remembers, experiences, memories, the fear, the love, the unmet needs, all these things in the past that shaped who you are today. And these emotions were never gone. They were just hidden inside of you or perhaps suppressed inside of you. And as an adult, they will rise up as triggers. So sign number 1 is overreacting to small things. Does this sound familiar? For example, when someone changes the plan last minute, maybe they cancel it, maybe they move it, and you feel so sad or angry or disappointed. You feel like you're not that important. Like, how dare you? How can you do this to me? Or maybe someone doesn't respond to your message after like 5 hours and you take it very personally. You will spiral in the moment, and then later on you will see yourself as, why did I do that? Where did this come from? Don't worry, you're not alone. I used to be like that too. And the more I dive deeper into my inner child healing and try to understand where these came from, I realized that this is your inner child remembering something happened in the past. Perhaps you were dismissed in the past, and this creates a sensitivity to rejection. Or perhaps you were abandoned in the past. Say you always wanted your parents to be there in playtime, but they asked someone to do it for you. Maybe that was a nanny, maybe that was your cousin, grandparents, and that was not your parents. So your unmet needs just got triggered by this present situation. It was not necessarily about that person in that moment in the present. It's your unmet needs being poked. The way to identify this is you have to take a deep breath, ask yourself, okay, what part of me is feeling hurt? When you ask this question, you will then explore a whole lot more inside you, and you will realize that you're taking something personally, not because you're broken. It's because some part inside of you is being hurt by this situation that is so familiar with a past experience. Sign number 2 is fear of rejection or abandonment. Now, these can show up in your adult life as being people-pleasing, overgiving, not raising your voice enough. And the reason for this to happen is, as a child, you were taught conditional love. And so if you do something that was not up to someone's expectation as a child, perhaps your parents, and they say, no, that is a bad behavior, I don't like you doing that. So as a child, love may have felt conditional to you. To make sure that you are loved as an adult, you always try to be agreeable, likable, be humble, be small, don't be too bold, don't be too loud, because you might get rejected. You can notice when this happens in your body, perhaps in your chest, when you wanted to say something, but your chest just gets really tight, or your tummy gets butterflies. Now, they say that butterflies mean love, but no, that is not true. That is your body reacting that it is not actually that safe to be yourself with this person or in that situation. So that is the fear of rejection or abandonment that you're feeling inside of your body. So in that moment, you have to sit with yourself and let your inner child know that it's safe, it's secure, you're always there for them. That's how I do. Whenever I feel like some of my opinions might get rejected, I would just say it anyway. And then I would tell myself, it's okay, what's the worst case? They would just say, oh, that is not what I agree. And move on. Just remember, people just really care about themselves. They don't remember that much about you. So don't you worry about fear of rejection. Just be out there, Be yourself, be authentic. As long as you're not hurting anyone, you are loved. Sign number 3 is struggling to have self-worth. Now, I personally had this in my past romantic relationships. I know this stems from my past of my dad being away a lot for work, and he would always check in and make sure that financially we are supported, but he was not always there mentally. He was not always there, like, be present with us. I used to always sort of crave for that attention. If someone really pays attention to little details about me and shows that they care for me, I would fall for them easily. And I know that that is not wrong. That is not something broken inside of me. It's just I didn't have that as a child. And so when someone made me feel like they're filling up that gap, I feel loved. So then I attach my self-worth to that. I am worthy when someone actually pays attention to me, someone cares for me, although sometimes I don't even do that to myself. Or sometimes I would be really harsh on myself. I would think that I have not achieved enough at the age of 25. So I always criticize myself, and this is due to some past experiences that I always get compared with my best friend, and I didn't realize that shaped me as a person who never feel that I was good enough. I somehow created that doubt of self-worth because I always benchmark my achievements with someone else above me. And this is something really hard to get rid of. You have to practice every day to be happy, be confident within yourself. Tell your inner child that life is not a competition. It's you, you, and you. So as long as you have yourself, as long as you get better than yesterday, you are enough. You are loved. You are worthy. It's you versus you. Stop making life harder for you because life is not supposed to be hard. You don't have to fight. You don't have to compete. You just have to be better and better than yourself yesterday, and that should be enough. Sign number 4 is struggle to have safety in intimacy. So this is so funny because my love language is quality time, gifting, and physical touch, but sometimes I feel very uncomfortable with physical touch. This stems from my past that love is inconsistent. So growing up as an adult, when we get into intimacy, sometimes we don't feel safe because our inner child is saying, hey, this might be too much. I'm not familiar with this. Stay back, stay away from this. So as an adult, you feel like intimacy, but your inner child doesn't feel safe enough for that. So the best way is to really be intimate with yourself first, okay? Next time when you feel like you're not safe enough being intimate with someone, just ask for a couple of minutes in your own space to feel safe being intimate with yourself. Talk to yourself intimately, hug yourself intimately, feel safe within yourself. Let your inner child know, let that little girl, little boy know that he or she is safe. The last one, also a very juicy one that I experienced personally a lot in a lot of relationships, friendships, family, is the struggle to communicate your needs healthily. Now, it's different from telling people what you need. When you try to tell people what you need, you can get very bossy and demanding, like, I want this to be done, I want this, I want that. Can you do this? Can you bring me this? And no one wants to be bossed around like that. To be able to communicate your needs healthily means that you communicate it in a nice way, and if they don't understand it, you try again. So this is something that I found very hard at the start. I always expect people to read my mind and understand me because I would fear that if I tell them something and they don't understand it, that means they don't care enough. No one is supposed to understand you. Sometimes you don't even understand yourself. Sometimes you have to sit down with yourself and ask, okay, what exactly do I want here? To then take action, right? The reason you're doing this is because in the past, you have unmet needs. Maybe you say, oh, I want to spend more time with you, mommy. And she's like, sorry, honey, I'm busy. I have to do this. Please pay with yourself. Please pay with your sister or your brother. And so over time, that developed a sense of insecurity to share what you need. And you struggle to share it as an adult. And that is not your parents' fault. Again, they just have their own unresolved dramas from the previous generation. So to do this, you have to learn to say your needs out loud in the mirror to yourself, right? Learn to do that because you will not reject you, right? If you talk to yourself in the mirror, you're not going to be rejected. And this way you practice to communicate healthily and perhaps do some role play. Let's talk to yourself and then have some rejection by yourself, and then be okay with that. Practice this. You tell someone about your needs, they don't understand it, or they don't necessarily agree with you, or they can't do it. You are fine with it. You sit in discomfort, but you are fine. You don't get offended. You don't take it personally. You don't get upset with that person. You say, okay, I understand our needs are different and I respect that. And in that way, they will respect you and you will feel safe within yourself as well, because you allow yourself to be okay, to still be loved. It's just a mismatch and it's okay. If all these feel familiar to you, just know that you're not alone. It's totally normal, and just don't be too harsh on yourself. On your self-discovery journey, you will learn a lot about how past experiences shape how you are today. But the most important thing is you don't have to always live in the past and define your future based on your past experiences. You can rewire your nervous system to create a new future that you desire. Thank you so much for watching the video. I am so grateful that I could share this message to you. And if you have any other signs that you feel that it's stuck inside of you and you don't understand and you can't explain it, leave it in the comment below and we'll dive into it in the next video. Thank you. Love ya.